Yellow Curly. Just setting up, but almost ready. Let's see, merchants. That should be good. How you doing, girls? I didn't even say hi to you in game. How rude.
Maximum rude.
Maximum rude! Sorry, kitty. You got theater stuff again later on? That's true, we're all the way up here. How am I supposed to lower myself down to your level? Proud of my joke. Great! The gang is here. Seth might drop by, but no promises.
I think Curly was here when Nero was fighting. This form is just the maximum bully all the time.
How dare you? I'm an angel.
I think Curly was here when the demon, an unknown demon, showed up to save Nero from Urizen. I mean, if not, I can show that cutscene.
Might as well, right? Last time on DMC.
Just Nero made it all the way to the top of the tree again to fight Urizen a second time. This time with his with an arm, with a second arm. And he managed to bring the shield down. Which was the crystal. Which is an interesting concept, to be honest. That while Urizen sits on the throne, he's protected by a shield, and the HP of that shield is within that crystalline blood phylactery kind of thing. just these 3 cutscenes, I guess. And some nice ham in these cutscenes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, douchebag. Miss me? Where's Dante? No body? Dried up Dante jerky? Nothing?
You've come here to die.
He
Yeah.
talks. Your reason, huh? I bet your parents didn't like you much. Cause your name sucks.
I am without a name. I am power. Absolute.
Well, no name. I'll be sure to put that on your tombstone.
You will suffer and die.
I'll show you, deadweight.
At which point you fight him, and it's basically the same fight as the first one. You do manage to bring the shield down, and the moment you deliver the very first hit to him, this cutscene plays.
It's about time I landed something.
Weak mortal. Demon power does not course through your veins. Yet you try. How dare you strike me? You will regret being born useless and human. I will show you your worst nightmares. I will give you despair and death.
Yum, yum, yum.
And you fight him while he's up, and his shield is back up. So you have to destroy the phylactery again. This is the demon that shows up at the end of the fight. Obviously, you eat shit again.
Man, good players must just play that for like half an hour and then go,
Yeah, I feel like despair and defeat or something. Like, I don't know. Just despair feels a little like it's lacking something.
Merely human, petulant mortal flesh. Cursed the moment you were brought into this world. Who dares interfere? What creature stands against a king?
Is that demon?
And I was a little confused as to what that could be. Then I realized it's the DT, the Devil Trigger, Dante's Devil Trigger from the second game. Majin demon form. Majin Devil Trigger. And as the name implies, it's supposed to be just the pinnacle of Dante's Devil Trigger. So, like, fully formed. It's just that it has no colors in Devil May Cry 2, so I didn't recognize
It's
it.
just more complicated, but it's still simple for the...
It's the same silhouette and the same pose even.
I kind of like the end death at the end of that because it's almost like it's a pity kill.
Yeah. It's like first you will know despair and
Yeah.
then you will die within despair.
Yeah, like it's useless. You did nothing and then you end.
The perfect form of Sparta's power? Yeah, basically.
I have a question. Sparta is Dante's father, right?
Yes.
How is it? They keep referring to the sword as Sparta as well. Come here.
Didn't we watch this? Yeah, we did. I'm sorry. I don't like this cutscene.
Mm-hmm. It's very sort of 90s television.
Why do they call the sword Sparta? To make things more confusing, that's why.
Okay, but is there any sort of... Like, does it turn people to jelly because essence of Sparta is still in there, or what?
No, it's literally just... First you need to be strong of body and mind to even attempt to raise it, use it.
Yeah.
Again, this is like trying to describe... No, hold on. This is like trying to describe a timeline in Legend of Zelda games. You can, but it's not really intended to be.
Right, so, but it's like a Thor's hammer kind of thing, where you have to be deemed a certain something to be able to use it.
You have to be strong of body and mind in order to even attempt to raise it. Then, you also have to be of even stronger body and mind to not immediately turn to jelly.
Okay. Yep, got it.
So it's like 2 tiers of checks, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the in Devil May Cry 3, it's actually picked up and used for just a little bit before the user turns into this amorphous blob and the sword is nowhere to be seen anymore. It's just that in Devil May Cry 3 they tried to make it turn it into a sword that grants you Sparta's actual essence.
Yeah.
Whereas in Devil May Cry 1, I think, and in Devil May Cry 4, it's just Sparta's sword. It's just Sparta. Yeah, isn't it Sparta's weapon? Yeah. It's not just Sparta's weapon, it's also, according to 3 and 4, the key to hell. That is the sword with which Sparta has sealed hell away.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is... Virgil tries to take the sword purely to use it in 3. He just doesn't... He ignores the fact that if he takes the sword away, he unlocks hell. But he doesn't care so long as he gets more power.
Yeah, okay.
I think we were all present for this cutscene as well. This is my excuse for not wanting to see Trish again. That sword is rebellion.
I didn't even see a sword.
On his back.
Oh, okay, yeah. Touching it up.
Changing weapons L2 and R2.
That guy really do this? this? Well, you're accounting for taste.
The back of his duster type of coat thing, that flap looks kind of like wings and it's precious.
Oh yeah. Sparta basically gave two. This is almost fairy tale like. Sparta gave two weapons to his sons. He gave Rebellion to Dante and Yamato to Virgil. Rebellion's gimmick is that it is unbreakable. Hence the heft of the first cutscene in the game, where Urizen slaps or punches Dante and he breaks Rebellion, and that's supposed to be moment. Rebellion's unbreakable, and Yamato, typical for a katana, can cut anything, including reality. Yes.
Why not?
Hence portals. Hence when Virgil takes the arm away, reclaims Yamato, he immediately slashes thin air and like walks away.
Okay.
So.
As you do.
Yeah.
Go black from Dante.
Well, at least they kept this. The call out still exists. So, when people do stylish videos with Dante again, we'll still hear this all the time.
So loud. I love it. I don't understand what this is.
One moment.
Shoot, huh?
Oh, it shoots ivory. That's weird. That's just parry.
Okay.
How does Yamato become a part of Nero's arm? It's magic and gotta explain shit, basically. Nero's supposed to be Virgil's son, and he had, quote-unquote, an accident when he was really young. It's never explained what that accident was. After that, he gained the demonic arm. He became a pariah in the order that he served because they are against demons. So him having an arm that's demonic obviously made him ostracized by his peers, and that consequently made him an edgy boy. Ultimately, it turns out that the Order were not good boys and that they were experimenting with demons to create what they perceived as angels. But obviously they were not angels, they were just lab-created demons.
Same thing.
This is how retarded the story is in 4. They found a broken Yamato, which Nero's presence repaired. And the strong implication there that the arm was a part of Virgil, that attached itself to Nero because he has Virgil's blood in him. Virgil, when he was defeated in the first game, kind of just exploded into a gorillion magical pieces that flew everywhere.
So did Virgil actually hook up with a human lady, or
Yeah.
what? Okay. Like father, like son, eh?
Yeah. But that's why he comes back, because Yamato is stored inside Nero's arm. So when Virgil comes back in this one, he comes in, tears an arm off his son to reclaim his sword, and then walks off. Best dad.
Yep.
I don't need this.
It's a lot of stuff for people who are new.
Yeah,
You're probably
it can't be that more overwhelming than Nero though.
not the way to walk. You little shit! Kind of a welcome back fight as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely got absorbed into the arm. That's how he sheathed it, which is a cool thought. Nero's Devil Trigger was really... I can't really show it right now easily. But Nero's Devil Trigger in 4 was pretty cool. Because it was heavily inspired by Virgil's Devil Trigger appearance in Devil May Cry 3, except Nero didn't transform himself. There was a ghostly, incorporeal... that Devil Trigger appeared behind him, sort of, mimicking his actions. So while Nero acted, that ghost towering over him, behind him, would act and mimic every single action. So it looked really cool.
Yeah, I remember that. I really liked that visual.
I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, there was
You
just
saw it.
if he's a medium, there was a large ghost DT form behind him.
Yeah.
Doing the exact same thing he did. Kind of like a mech, I guess.
Yeah.
But with a ghost.
And that Devil Trigger was very closely designed to Virgil's Devil Trigger, which is why nowhere in the games it specifically said that he's Virgil's son, but all of the signs were there. And yeah, he kept... Once he reclaimed Yamato, he, quote-unquote, sheathed it inside his Devil Bringer. Really?
Fuck, guys! This is gonna work in a while. You remember how to play this shit.
Well, I talked about this with Form the other day, about the stinger test. Every single Devil May Cry has to do one thing in order to, like the very first basic thing that Devil May Cry should have, or a game like Devil May Cry should have. And to me that's the stinger test, because the sort of there's a gap closer that Dante has. This was established all the way back in Devil May Cry 1, where he charges forward, sword pointing forward, to impale the enemy in front of him. It's a gap closer, a charge. For me, a game like this should have a stinger. You should have a gap closer. You obviously couldn't see this because you don't see my inputs, but you don't see my fingers on my gamepad. The very first thing I tried when I started controlling Dante against an enemy is try to charge forward. He doesn't have that move yet. I have to unlock it with red orbs, which is a little annoying.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I'm sure, where they take it away from you just so you can feel better when you get it.
Yeah.
Since it's not far away, just the next shop. So.
Yeah, like I can't. I don't think it's a different input. It's always the same input. Even V has a stinger. It's just that he's not the one charging, but Shadow is. And it was the first ability, I think, that I unlocked.
I so appreciate that being the same across all games.
Yeah.
Because even on PC games now, you can't be sure about the control scheme. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Shit's not broke.
I agree. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of it still stands what Ray says. Like people who entered, with Devil May Cry 4, they play Nero for the first half of the game. Suddenly you don't have access to Devilbringer, which would do the same zipline thing, except with the magical arm. And then you play as Dante, and you're like, fuck, I can't bring enemies to me.
He's an old man now. Gotta warm up. Oh, look at you.
Oh my god. It's Ifrit.
Oh, he's got little kitty swipes.
Oh, see? This has a charm.
Yeah.
But yeah, every game, every Devil May Cry that features Dante. Yeah, well, every Devil May Cry has Gauntlets and Greaves combo weapon like this. In the first game, it's these, which is Ifrit. I don't remember what it is in the second game.
Titan.
The second game might actually be the exception to the rule, but I don't remember a lot of that game. In 3, it's Beowulf, which probably is the most aesthetic punch weapons. And in 4th, it's like this weird Ultraman Gauntlets and Greaves, because they're
just big Hulk fists.
in the reboot is just weird Hulk fists that his
I remember those.
they just remind me of like toy Hulk gloves that you put on. That's what it reminds me of. Like his own hands and feet would morph. No, just the hands, right?
I think just the hands.
Yeah, just the hands.
Can you get it? Oh, there it is. You're just like, oh, whatever. Of course it's in there. Get it.
Oh, it's called Balrog. Of course. Totally not Ifrit, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool little animation.
Yeah. So I remember him being so punchy.
Oh, he was, like I said, in every game.
Huh. Good. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What's this blow mode, kick mode? Oh, I see.
Oh, that little countdown.
I see. So you can switch between punches and kicks.
Oh, I love these enemies so much. I promise I'm paying attention, but look at it.
Oh, that's such a good animation.
You're such a cutie. I love them so much. Oh.
How do I switch through it though? Gee, if only there was a tutorial
Yeah.
to tell me actually useful things.
Oh, that's strange. Maybe it'll tell you soon. I mean, it should tell you before you stop, obviously.
Oh, back and triangle, I think.
Oh, that's so nice. Love it. Meaty kicks.
Okay. Welter move. Do I even have it?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, figured it out.
Yeah.
It's just a little weaving left and right. That's what this skill was. This is the first time where I actually allow you to switch between punches and kicks with this kind of weapon.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I like it.
It'll break my fucking brain.
Yeah, it sounds like... I don't know. It sounds like something I wouldn't be able to do, but it certainly opens up the options for people who do manage to... I don't know. Keep all of that in mind.
Oh, you have to level up styles as well, of course. Fuck. SM style level 2 just kind of doesn't read right.
I mean, you got blow.
Oh, Rainstorm is level 2, okay. That's slightly weird, but alright. No, I don't have enough for air hike. Fuck.
Mm.
So. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to jump. Get out of here. Okay. How is going on? These just... Oh, so when you're in gun mode, your arms are on fire. It automatically charges your gun. See? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because, historically speaking, gunner... what was it called again? Gunslinger. Gunslinger historically has been his weakest style, I think. So trying to find ways to make it stronger is good. Yes, that's correct. Nah. There's always that one enemy that has like an untouchable mode where you're supposed to either avoid it if you're less experienced or use very specific things to counter. It was Blitz in the 4th game, an enemy that would become lightning and start zooping around everywhere. Probably the most annoying enemy in 4, actually. This is much better because he actually still stays corporeal in the arena.
Things gonna close if I don't hurry.
I know, Ray. I mean, Platinum has some good entries, but even, like, I don't know shit about this, and I can tell this is up there. If not the best at what it
Okay, noted.
Hey, you can do better than that.
I don't know, Ray.
I really don't. It's fun to watch.
I mean, I still love Platinum, and they make great games.
Well, that option's off the table. Still, there's gotta be another round.
Guess that was like an optional cast. Yeah. Next time. It's a nice way of doing that, though.
But that line, that sentence really makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, I was hoping it would. Because it's satisfying to play from what I can tell. I mean, I can tell there's a good amount of stuff. And it's also fun to watch. So why aren't people more on board?
I still like Platinum games. Obviously, you know, the ones we don't talk about, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one or a Korra one. Let's not talk about those. But I don't know. It's a long speech that's bubbling in my head. Long story short is that Platinum games talk about Transformers. No, well, it's one of the better ones of the licensed ones, I think, but I still don't.
I still don't.
Platinum games just have. See, the difference between Itsuno and Kamiya, just very quickly. The difference between Itsuno and Kamiya is that Kamiya's brain is still stuck in Devil May Cry 1. And in Devil May Cry 1, Dante did not have any of these styles, for example. He had just the one, which was Swordmaster. It wasn't called that back then because he didn't have styles, but just the moveset was Swordmaster. Didn't have styles in Devil May Cry 2 either. The styles were added in Devil May Cry 3 under Itsuno's, like, with him at the helm. He went, you know what, let's make Dante about crazy, cheesy shit. Give him 4 movesets to pick from. Actually, more than 4 in 3. When you defeat some... Get the hell out. When you defeat some of the bosses in Devil May Cry 3, you would get additional movesets. And in 1 you just had the one style, and I feel like Kamiya's games and Platinum games still are stuck in that pure mode where they just have that one. The character has one move set, and that's it. And they tack on unnecessary gimmicks like quick time event finishers, which I really did not like in Bayonetta. And Metal Gear Rising with its quick time events also was kind of a little annoying for me, but I still overall enjoyed Metal Gear Rising a lot more than I did Bayonetta. Wait, Tom Thrutten? I just now noticed. Well, no, the name. It's Dutch. Okay. Man. Kick my ass.
Thought I was dead? Ha! Too bad.
Just need to use Trickster more. There's a certain elegant simplicity in what Kamiya does in terms of movesets.
Oh, man. They're already here. These ladies work fast.
Smoking sexy style. What's that?
pretty fun.
Good.
It's just like a comfy knitted sweater is what Dante is. What? Huh? It's weird. Oh my god, you guys. Insanity ablaze. Yes, exactly. So. Yep.
Oh, now it's pretty cool. Why is it getting faster?
Oh.
Oh, no!
What? Oh. Yeah, an enemy that is empowered by another enemy is also something that happens fairly frequently in Devil May Cry. And again, this is a much less obnoxious version of what it is in Devil May Cry 4. I spoke earlier, I think. Yeah. It is neat.
Yeah.
I spoke earlier how you can have good combat but lame encounter design.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Devil May Cry 4 is.
Yep. Bet I'll find something here. Call it Hunter's intuition.
Well, this might be hard.
Yeah. I'm glad it tells you before you go in, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know how to. It's a single bullet. Is that their mask?
I guess, but it must be in a specific state. It certainly is a the mask is slightly raised.
Okay, so Royal Guard is still very not that easy to use. I wanted to check what the window was like for parrying. It's pretty tight.
Good. Get better. Get
I'm not gonna use Royal Guard.
Window impress me. I have no idea.
I might actually have to do this later because I just don't know what the weak spot is.
Yeah, but you can redo it at any point.
Yeah, from the menu.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, maybe you need to be behind them, but...
I kind of goofed here because I wanted to just use one shot, but I jumped.
Right.
Okay. That's my life in a nutshell. It's over before it started.
Yeah.
That's in the face, right?
Yeah, but it's in the front. I'm thinking you need to let it charge past you and shoot at it while it's still going.
Let's try that.
Because hitting it in front of the mask makes sense. Like in the front of the back of the mask makes sense. It's not.
I'll try the shotgun because it'll deal more damage, so maybe...
I don't think it's a damage thing. Well, you have 30 seconds, so maybe there's something very specific. Or that it does. Like when it's really far away, maybe it's got some kind of like a taunt type of thing that's really short.
What is depicted in... Like, it's just
blood.
being shot in the
Yeah.
face, but... Yeah. It's hard to break the scissors without killing her, though.
Yeah, this one. What? So it's just breaking the scissors first?
I think I bugged it out. There's no way.
That didn't look right.
I
A
bugged...
single shot.
Yeah, it was a single bullet.
Okay, well. You did it, champ. You did it.
I'll take it.
You did it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'll look it up later, I'm curious.
I can look it up now.
Nah. I won't register right now, probably. Actually, yeah, fuck it.
And back here again.
Where are
Shit,
the
this place is confusing.
Fuck, I don't remember. Scissors later. I like this animation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice and neat.
can't really view that video right now, at least. Check it out later. That's interesting.
Oh. Yeah.
Just look at the way it closes.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look all that different? Well, alright then.
Yeah. Okay. Wait for it to attack, and then attack at the same time. This will parry the attack. Now shoot them in the face for a one-hit KO.
You're supposed to attack the same time they attack?
Yeah, and then shoot them in the face. That's their stun, maybe? I don't know.
Flap. Oh, okay. Now I know. Uh,
Flesh barnacle.
Come on, come at me, boy.
Platforming usually is in Devil May Cry's, which is why the one thing that the reboot, one of the things that the reboot did much better is actually turn platforming into an actual thing with the environments shifting around and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's got a certain stiffness to it.
Getting close.
Fits into the rest of the game that might not necessarily be the most enjoyable. Like,
I don't mind it.
yeah, it's not a big fault.
They don't make a huge deal of the platforming, so. I didn't notice that. can't do that without enemies. But if Balrog is on fire and you switch weapons, there's a little sizzling noise when you put a red iron into water. Pretty cool. Oh, actually, what am I doing? Trickster, please. Not Trickster. Air hike, please. Oh, wow. Okay. Time flies when you're smoking sexy style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Double jump.
Oh.
Yeah, you're supposed to do this just when an attack is about to land, and each attack has an individual Royal Guard timing window. And some attacks, like for example, if a boss shoots like a laser at you that is consistent, it still has ticks. Like it's not a continual damage, but it's ticks.
Right.
So you can block a laser with Royal Guard if you parry each of those individual ticks. It's the Galaxy Brain style of the Devil May Cry franchise.
I love it so much.
And it used to be... It's a little weaker in 4. In 3, it was a fucking powerhouse. You could absolutely break the game with it. It's just that it requires you to really read your opponent.
But it's so lovely.
Yeah.
It's...
It was high risk, high reward.
Yeah, it's akin to those moments in games where you're supposed to lose, but you can still win, technically.
Yes.
And it lets you, and then it's just the end of the game. Like,
Yeah.
you did it! You're skilled enough to do the thing. The end.
There are videos floating around of people on the highest difficulty fighting the last boss in Devil May Cry 3, which is Virgil, using only Royal Guard and taking no damage. Which is a pretty insane sight to see.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling it. It's him.
Speaking of Virgil.
Going forward.
Well, well. O king of stench and filth. I'm impressed. Those are two of the most badass women in the world. And I only know one other guy who can defeat them.
Jackpot. Dante.
Yeah, I think there was one in the subtitles.
Caught up!
You shall regret your existence.
I'm looking forward to this being the final fight.
Good. Oh no. UK game?
I think it's trying to animation, yeah.
No, it ain't.
Break here?
I think so. I don't want to. But
It's fine.
boyhood memory.
But yeah, that's the beginning of the game. Where Nero walks in.
Yeah. I can't feel my arm.
Neither can Nero.
Yeah. It's the same
Our
arm.
last hope, Nero, was completely useless.
Get Nero out of here! This was a bad move! Nero, go! You're just dead weight!
That bastard called me deadweight! I didn't come all this way for nothing!
This is power.
Oh yeah, he needs to be stabbed in every game, I forgot.
The Devil Sword Sparta no longer serves a purpose. I have plans for the both of you. You will exist to give me strength. How fortunate to serve such divine purpose.
Okay.
All right. Enough's enough. Can't let a boy do a man's job. Hey, wait. I'm not done talking yet. Okay, you get some rest. By the way, I guess I owe you one.
Such concern. Taking that, boy.
Legendary sword. Spada.
Kitty.
Sealed. Used to seal away the Demon King Mundus? Make up your mind, guys. What was it used to seal away? Changes with every game. That's-
Mundus is changing names, or
No, Mundus is not changing names. But in Devil May Cry 3, it's this sword that's used to seal away hell. And then in Devil May Cry 4, see everything. Yeah. And then in Devil May Cry 4, they said, oh, you know what? This city that the game takes place on is where the gates of hell were. And Yamato was used to seal it away. And you're like, I'm sorry? Which sword sealed what away? Consistency has never been the game's strong suit.
yeah,
But they're trying with this one.
yeah. I feel like they're trying to wrap things back up together,
Yeah.
which is nice. So, it looks like a tasty rib, though. I want to eat it.
They over-designed it a little bit, in my opinion. But
Eat it.
I'm just gonna fiddle with what moves I can unlock and then take a break for dinner. Can't stand ribs? Wait,
Well, too bad. Let me have them.
do you mean like the food? Okay. Really?
Have you had good ribs?
Your guitar has started playing. Is he gonna also stop playing in the patches between Heaven's Ward and Realm Reborn?
Ray, if I could subsist entirely... Oh, that makes sense.
Well, why can't you? Just...
Some people just don't like eating things off of the bone.
Okay.
What if someone were to take the rib meat off of the ribs? Would you be able to eat it then, or is it the idea of it having been so closely attached?
Okay, wow.
Man, put a bone on some meat, and I will eat it twice as fast. Yeah, okay, so I can still have ribs with you if we were to ever meet. I just need to take off. I'm fine with this. I'm practicing. Oh, God.
Trying to understand what is this skill? Mode change. Yeah. Welter move?
No.
That's pretty cute though.
It is. Very much so.
It's just that I'm not sure I understand. The what is this? Bantam Revenge. Bantam
Yeah,
Revenge.
I kept reading it as that as well.
Yeah, okay. So the Bantam Revenge is when moving left or right during Welter move, press triangle. But Welter move is holding down triangle. So how can I do both? Batman Revenge. Is it that I have to let go of triangle to press it again? Okay.
Oh, it's a chicken.
No? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it is that, I guess.
Bantams are beautiful chickens.
Good. Execute a counter in the direction dodged with Welter move. Slip through enemy attacks and lay on the pain. Pain train. Does it look like what I think? Yeah, okay. What about Devil Ward? Oh, it's just Rebellion moveset. Alright.
Potato. I gotta get up. This kitty's such a fucking cripple. And I feel so bad.
Don't I already? Oh yeah, I do. Ignition. Man, it looks so bad.
No.
Well, thanks for watching again.
Yeah.
And I will probably continue after dinner, depending on when Kia comes back from the cinema.
Hey babies, you're both very good.
And then depending on when we can do, I might either squeeze in another mission before 14 times, or after we do some farming, whatever it may be. Oh, there is a bestiary.
Oh! Oh, I'm so pretty! I love the human faces. They are very good. Make me very happy. What a great design. Which one did I want to see? I don't remember. But now I want to see them all. Even this one has a human face, right? Yeah.
A face only a mother could love. Oh, it has fly eyes.
Yeah. The other one does too, sort of, but just...
Not as obvious.
Yeah, just more like dragonflies. They have the shape of an insect.
Nice abs.
Oh, they are. I'm jealous. So this is the one that gets a little crown when it feeds?
No, it's the one that bleeds orbs.
Oh. Oh, yeah. That's this one.
Yeah.
Oh, the skull. It's the skull. Oh, that's nice. And it's got a couple extra noses too. Ugh, okay, I'm staying. I want to see all of these. Oh, look at its little grabby little finger.
I love it.
It's awful. I love it.
I like the pearlescent.
Really nice colors, yeah.
Yeah, the pearlescent limbs. And
Nice.
thorax.
Yeah, these kind of things are really hard to... That's fine, Ray. I'm sorry.
This one's from Devil May Cry 3. Yeah, I'll just pause here, I think, so instead of just like spending hours and this.
Okay, but I do want to see them eventually. Even if
Yeah.
it's not now, but they have a little exclamation mark, so... I can't really make sense of these. Do they just have a mess?
Shit. Yeah, like hang.
Okay. Go. Enjoy your food.